Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We're going to continue reading out of my Heyoka Awakening. Embrace your true nature of the most powerful type of intuitive empath. And I myself am a Heyoka empath. That's definitely not a bragging scenario. If you're a Heyoka, you've lived a very difficult life. And it's really truly so that you can understand every single person's have empathy for any situation that they're going through, and also to gain that wisdom of everything that you went through, as well as understanding that you can get through anything. And we're still reading on chapter 2, what does it mean to be a Heyoka empath? And we're moving on to Heyokas doesn't follow the crowd. I absolutely do not follow the crowd, never have, never will. I'm an Aquarian on top of being a Heyoka, so I go right if everyone goes left. It says Heyoka doesn't follow the crowd. The most striking thing about the Heyoka empath, aside from their remarkable ability to heal, is that they simply are not like anyone else. They're individuals in every single way it is possible to be. Heyoka empath usually feels quite assured, self-assured. They don't have an interest in following the crowd. They usually feel like they simply don't fit in. As such, they learn to become happy with their own company and follow their own path rather than anyone else's. However, this is not only the case for Heyoka empaths who have learned to handle and manage their gifts. Absolutely, guys. Until I healed myself starting, I would say I went to therapy for like 14 years from the trauma that I experienced throughout my life, but I didn't really start healing until I got into Reiki in 2021. I got certified. I started giving Reiki to myself. That was the catalyst that jumped me into the healing journey, where going through all the shadow side of every karmic lesson that I had learned throughout my life, really releasing it and letting it go and sending it love. Once you do that, all the narcissists that you have attracted your whole life that have kind of controlled you and ruled you, you are then able to forgive them, and you are no longer afraid of them by any means. If anything, they're probably going to be afraid of you, because a healed empath is a narcissist's worst nightmare. Because not only can you see underneath that mask, they're not going to be able to project that negativity towards you. You're going to stay in your ground and stay in faith. You aren't going to be broken by them. If anything, it's going to be so triggering to be in your energy once the Heyoka heals himself that a narcissist generally isn't even going to want to come around you. That's speaking from experience of healing myself, and now I understand. I have so much empathy towards the narcissist. I feel horrible for them. It's a horrible way to live your life. It truly is. To always be manipulating and always be worried about if somebody's going to tell everybody about what it is you're really like. They're always doing damage control. It's got to be exhausting. It is very easy for an empath's life to spiral out of control when they are not aware of their empathic nature. And that's often 10 times stronger for an unaware Heyoka empath. Absolutely. Knowing themselves comes down to understanding their gifts. So a lot of empaths that are unhealed, that don't understand their power and have not done the healing work, they are going to experience anxiety, panic attacks, usually addiction. They're really nice people that people generally go to for their problems, but when they need help with their problems, nobody's around usually. That's because you're meant to find that one with your higher self, your God within. Or find the timer as I said that. Knowing themselves comes down to understanding their gifts. That's not always the easiest process, thanks to the world's general distrust of anything that cannot be seen or measured. Indeed, an empath's ability can only really be felt by the empath and passed around by the stories of how they helped. In this situation, people like to push their hunches aside and put down to nothing but coincidence. Can you imagine how a Heyoka empaths are walking around unaware of their amazing gifts and abilities? How to manage them, not feel totally overwhelmed with every single day of their lives? I know, because that was me. Points to remember. In this chapter, we've introduced the most powerful of all types, the Heyoka empath. The name is derived from the Lakota language meaning sacred clown or fool. Yet there is nothing foolish about this type of empath. While all empaths have the power to help people, the Heyoka empath has the power to heal. They act as a mirror, reflecting the traits and the behavior back to people so that they can recognize the patterns and make changes. This is done by using humor to suck out negativity and install a sense of positivity with new possibilities all around them. The humor of a Heyoka empath uses is never hurt or upset anyone. It may be satirical at times, but is never aimed at a particular person, only to make light of the situation. So laughing at a funeral, that's to alchemize the negative energy in there. Or laughing at inappropriate times, it's to alchemize a negative energy that's going on. While how a Heyoka empath heals may not be tranquil or calm, it does exactly what it needs to be done. It helps people to move away from situations that aren't serving them well in life. From there, the person can look towards a new avenue and make great changes in their life. A Heyoka empath isn't someone who follows the crowd. They may likely feel somehow like they don't fit in. But that's what makes them so wonderful. Of course, when an empath doesn't realize the empathic ways, life can be difficult. That's why a Heyoka empath in particular needs to understand their power and potential, learn to manage it, and understand when they may be feeling overwhelmed. So stepping aside and going within when you feel overwhelmed. In the coming chapters, we're going to talk much more about detail about how to recognize whether you're a Heyoka empath, what to do and manage your gifts, use it for the greater good and everyone around you. Absolutely, guys. And all I can tell you is this: healing yourself as an empath in general is so crucial and important. Releasing everything no longer serving your best and highest good, surrendering it to God and your team of light, asking them to step in and give you that guidance is really going to change your life. You will literally go from a people pleaser with no boundaries and crying about every situation to literally this powerful, dynamic person that nobody can touch or tear down. It's a wonderful place to be. Trust me. Namaste. I love you. Have a blessed day.